Done. Done.
Done.
It's done. Our patio is finally done. It took months and months and months, but it's done. So Ken and I have been going back and forth on what to do with this space because I like the more cozy cottage vibe, and Ken, it's not old people look. And Ken likes the more like contemporary,
modern,
clean cut look. And honestly, we lived downtown for so long that whole contemporary vibe, I'm just over it. I want this space to just feel like I'm at the cottage for the weekend with my friends all the time. I wanted to incorporate some modern touches for him so he doesn't feel like he's in an old lady house. I think we did that really well in this space. We got a nice balance of both, right?
All right, fine. Fine.
We did! So from day one when we moved into this space, this is what our patio looked like. It's about 4 years old and it definitely has quite a bit of wear and tear. So as you guys can see, our patio's nestled into the most spacious, charming little backyard. And I really want to kind of play off of all of the character that's back here. And I want to bring that into our patio. So I want to take advantage of this ambiance and just this chill, cottagey vibe back here and just incorporate it into the space. Coming from a condo downtown, we never really needed patio furniture, so we've been making do with just foldable tables and chairs because that's all we had. Yeah. Is Daddy cleaning it out? So we put all the foldable furniture into the garage, and these are the pieces we decided to keep, and we just put them off to the side so that the contractors could get started on bringing our patio back to life. They started by power washing it and scrubbing it clean, and I had no idea how dirty it was until I saw this. And I freaking loved the color and look of this raw wood, and I wanted to keep it, but unfortunately we had to stain it because we need that protective covering over this so that the wood doesn't rot again. So I very reluctantly started the process of staining this deck, and they did that by sanding it down and removing all of the railings. And we also decided to stain the privacy screen for the jacuzzi so that it matched the patio. But let me tell you, once they removed all the railings, it looks so good to have a clear open view to the pond. I wanted to put some plexiglass railings up, but we decided not to because of the kids, and we just went back to the original plan and started staining the wood. And I went for a semi-translucent stain that was the closest matched to the cedar planks that I have out here. I really wanted the natural wood to show through, but by the time the second coat was done, I hated the way that this looked. It ended up being so opaque and solid, and I'm really hoping that it gets a little bit of wear and tear this winter, so some of that wood starts to pop back up because the deck looks painted and I feel like it's absolutely awful, but everybody else seems to like it, and the wood is being protected this way, so I just kind of sucked it up and we're just gonna live with it. So while we waited for the stain to dry on the deck, we decided to get some gardening done. And again, being in a condo for the past decade, I've never had a garden or a backyard, and I had no idea what I was doing. So Ken's mom actually came over to help us kind of get the backyard ready for the colder months. And Zayden was so into gardening.
I've been working so hard. Grandma, watch this. No, don't eat it for real. You look disgusting.
After a few days of gardening, the patio was finally ready for some final touches, and Ken found these solar lights and they gave it that perfect little final touch to make the patio look finished. And now we were finally ready to start moving our furniture in, and I found this contemporary sectional to make Ken happy. This was kind of his modern touch to the space. And when I first saw it, it looked like condo furniture, so I was super worried. Okay, so now put that corner piece over there. Yeah, that flows better, definitely. Get the table in the corner. So we played around with the configuration of the furniture, but it just wasn't working because I wanted this egg chair that my mom got me as a housewarming gift to be a focal point. Okay, so this is how we have it configured, but it's definitely like it's not flowing. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna swap everything. So Ken had to go back and drop the moving truck, and he told me to wait for him, but obviously I was so impatient that I just started moving things around on my own, and I decided to flip everything so that the egg chair was a little bit more highlighted in the setup, and it was perfect. Much better. And now obviously the kids had to add their 2 cents into the space. You're so much better at this than me, Zayden. Good job.
This will be a food table.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. Good job. Now we're just pretty much missing like the carpet, and Ken found this on Wayfair for me. And what's the size on this?
8 foot by 10 foot.
It's 8 by 10, this carpet. It's like an indoor-outdoor rug kind of thing. And I could not for the life of me decide what color, because I feel like I keep making the entire house neutral. And I'm like, I need a pop of color out here. And I picked like the most colorful rug, and Ken was like, no way. So we went with like a middle ground. I can see your butt. It's a nice butt. You helping?
Yeah.
Thank you for helping, Mama.
Oh, what happened? Good job, guys. What happened to this one? Oh, what happened, Mama? You're okay, Mama. You're okay.
All right, you have to flip it.
Ready?
It's huge. Exactly what I wanted.
Gotta make it flat now.
I feel like we should put it under the couches. And if you're wondering if this took 10 times longer because the kids were out here, you are correct. It's
there a
starting to look
pigeon
like
in
a
the
home. There's a pigeon in the backyard. So we got like a storage box, which is gonna go over there, and it's gonna double as seating. It's gonna look kind of like that. So we found this storage unit at Costco, and it's massive, but Ken thinks that he can put it together himself. So I kind of let him do his thing. You're so strong. You're so strong. And I have no idea why he didn't want me to help him, because I find myself quite helpful and productive, but you know, I think Ken is just a hater. Look at me helping. It's supposed to hold 600 pounds. So we tested it out to see if we would actually use it as seating, and it's actually quite comfortable, believe it or not, and I know we'll actually utilize it. But for the most part, it's going to be storage for all of our cushions on the rainy days and the cold nights that we're not going to be out here. And I was so relieved that all of the cushions fit perfectly. So we knew we were going to be getting a little bit of rain for the next few days, so we decided to finish up the rest of our gardening and tidying up our backyard before we got another downpour of rain. So the kids, of course, wanted to help me out, and I was just feeling so happy to finally start utilizing this space now that it was starting to feel more done. Patio lights going in today.
Oh,
are you going to help us put them in?
Yeah.
It's been raining here non-stop for weeks, and today we finally have a little bit of a break, so we're gonna get these lights up before it starts raining again, which I think it's supposed to later tonight. I don't think it's enough.
40 something feet.
Yeah, but it's still not enough lighting, you know? I feel like it's not gonna make an impact. We might need to order another batch. Miss Raya's doing the grunt of the work, as usual. Dance. So we kind of mapped out like a zigzag pattern that we want going up on this. Guys, these lights were a freaking team effort. So Ken would kind of nail them into place, and the kids and I would kind of eyeball where it's going. Here, and then Lils, hold it up, hold it up, hold it up.
Higher, now it's higher.
I'm
so
hungry. I'm hungry for... Once I was done eating Zayden and Ken was done putting the lights up, him and the kids had to crawl underneath the deck where all of the electrical is.
Okay, we're going in. We found a straw in here and a fork.
So this is not the most glamorous part, but somebody had to do it, and thankfully Ken volunteered. So he just plugged in the lights into the electrical outlet, and the kids hunted for treasure.
You want to be my special helper? Yeah? I want you to press the button and let's see if the lights turn on. Zayden, high five.
Da, 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 da.
And now finally we were getting our curtain rods up. So we ordered rust-free curtain rods to go around our patio, but they were running us close to $800 because our patio is so huge. So we decided to DIY it ourselves. So Ken installed these hooks all around the patio, and we're using this wire and this hook as basically our makeshift curtain rod. And he created this little loop, and he put the hook at the end. And then once that was attached, he hooked it into the hooks that he attached into the patio, and voila, we have DIY curtain railings for under $100. We got some thermal curtains, and I wanted off-white or vanilla because that's the color of our chairs. So I don't know if these are gonna stay. We're gonna test it out. We're gonna put up a couple over here right next to the off-white, and if it looks too off, we're not keeping them. Whoa, I see you. No. No. Where's Aiden?
Mila.
So I created this little pattern by folding it back and forth, and then I hooked it into the makeshift railing, and then Ken just attached it onto the hooks that were on the deck, and we were good to go. Look how elegant this looks. So this is what it looks like closed, and then this is what it looks like open. Very, very pretty. These corner pieces here, they kind of took up one whole entire panel, so I kind of miscalculated how many we would need, so we need to order one more pack. So we've been storing like all of our stuff in here because it's been raining nonstop for a month in Toronto. So we're gonna go ahead and start just putting all the cushions out. So we finally can start styling the space, and I wanted to keep the color palette all seasonal, and I knew I wanted to add some bold, some pastels, but I just didn't know how much of anything until I started kind of playing around with it and moving all the accessories around. And I did this for about an hour because I needed it to feel right. So I just played around with the colors.
Can Mommy have it? Then go make yours somewhere else.
Why?
Then shouldn't you get some covers?
And as always, the kids were contributing in their own special way, keeping me nice and focused. Thanks, C.
Cheese?
This is my favorite. So as this was starting to come together, I knew I made the right choices with the color palette because I know if I sit out here in the summertime, it'll feel right. If I sit out here in the wintertime, it'll still feel nice and cozy. So it's pretty much all seasonal, and that's exactly what I was going for. And I really took my time styling the storage box because I don't want it to look like a storage box, and I want it to look like a cozy bench. And I think I achieved that. And once I was done, we started with the final touches, and we decided to add some real plants and a few fake plants in the space just to kind of bring that greenery in, and it was just a perfect kind of finishing touch. So these candles look real, so they're made out of like real wax, and then there's like a light inside, and then look how the flame moves. It's safer with the kids to have like fake candles as much as I want the real ones. And to finish it off, I wanted to hang a little hanging plant on this hook that we have, and we are done. Look how beautiful. I got my little cottage vibe, and this is exactly what I envisioned when I first saw this house. And look how beautiful it looks during sunset with the pink hue reflecting into the space. It just brings that warmth. It just feels so nostalgic. It feels cozy. It just feels like home. And I'm glad I was able to bring in some of the contemporary touches for Ken, but still make it a cozy, warm space for me and the kids to enjoy all year round. And the next morning we got a little glimpse of what it would look like in the summertime with the bright sun, and I actually decided to tie the drapes in the middle to give it more of a cabana vibe, and that was the final touch that I needed, and now it was officially perfect. Now that we're starting to kind of settle into our new house, we actually are thinking about getting back into vlogging. So if you guys have made it this far into the video, let us know down below in the comments if you want us to start bringing our weekly vlogs back, and we will start filming those for you guys. But in the meantime, give this video a thumbs up, leave us some love as always. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, and stay posted for tons and tons of new room makeover videos to come, because we are far from done with this house, and I really want to take you guys along on this journey from making this house into our home.